Flowers and Card Shop. So Stacy, welcome.
Thank you, Carl. I'm happy to be here, and I wanted to thank Director Kaufman and Linda for asking me to join you today. Thank you.
So,
and I've learned so much just sitting here. I'm feverishly writing down all this information that you all are giving.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. That's what it's all about. So as a long time business owner, you guys have been around how long?
Well, we're celebrating 75 years this year.
75 years.
Yeah, my grandparents started the shop in 1945.
That's right. Yeah. You guys went through the whole Metro thing.
Yeah.
That was the wildest thing I'd ever seen. I was wondering if they were using spoons to dig up the road because they were there so long. And
absolutely.
That was really a business disruptor. But now we're in the middle of a pandemic. So tell us how are you surviving? What are you doing differently?
Well, I'll tell you, Carl, at first it was devastating to us, and we had to lay off like 90% of our staff. But I think March and April were the worst. We did apply for the PPP loan, and we were approved, and we were, that was great. I just found out about the EIDL loan last week, and I applied, and of course we, well, not of course, but we were informed that we were eligible, and we're working with that now. Wonderful. So, but I'll tell you, the DC community and DC government has been so helpful with us. Christy will call me and just say, how y'all doing? How are you doing? And I really appreciate that. Warms my heart when she makes those calls. And we applied for the DC micro grant, and we were able to get that as well. So I feel like the DC community has been very supportive of us. We've had customers that call and say, hey, I don't really need flowers, but I want to support your business, so I'm going to send some flowers to someone. So it's just been a really, we've been very supported by the DC community and actually the overall community. We even had, during the protest, we had a person send us $50 just to end systemic racism. So we had to put Black-owned business on our store windows. And so we just feel very supported. And I'm going to come visit you guys soon to see.
Yeah, and please do. You don't have to wait. You can register today, and we can start the process.
Absolutely, because I'm a Howard grad alum, so I can't wait to take advantage of your resources.
Oh yeah, we got a whole new team just for the pandemic.
All right.
CARES Act funding.
Yes.
Several lawyers, tax attorneys, CPAs, the whole nine.
Yes.
So please come and see us. So what lessons have you learned, during this pandemic that have helped you or that are helping you see the future a little more clear?
Well, I love the term that Rosie said, a better normal. We want to get back to a better normal. And my sister and I are business partners, and we have we're trying to find out a new business model for ourselves, because this has opened our eyes. The pandemic has opened our eyes to a lot of things that we can do better, because being closed, having our front door closed, we realized that, we kind of like it a little bit, because we're able to control things better. Okay. But we know we can't be this way forever, but we're just thinking of new ways to do things. And so this has given us a pause to figure out new things. And I'll tell you, May and June have been our busiest months. ever. You know,
Wow.
look at our numbers from last year. We're up like 30%.
That's wonderful.
You know, we don't have to be, our doors don't have to be open for us to continue to do business. So that's a fortunate thing for us, but some businesses can't work like that. But
So you went to more online during this time?
absolutely. Our
Okay. There you
website,
go.
it's
Yeah.
a good thing we have that online presence because
Uh-huh.
that has been kicking out where we normally do 20 deliveries a day. We're doing 40, 50, 60 deliveries a day. So we've had to hire more people, like you said, to be able to sustain our business. So
Yeah, that's wonderful.
yeah.
Now, I really want you to call me and set something up because I got somebody that would love to work with you. He's a cybersecurity expert,
Okay.
and that is one of the areas that people always overlook in this, especially since we had to like overnight go from working in the office to going home.
Yeah.
There's no security the way they have security in the office. So
Yeah.
we got William McBurrow. He's a cybersecurity expert, and I'd like to get him in touch with you to work with you on that.
Okay. Absolutely.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. So, Miss Moya, founder of Moya Design Partners.
Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone. How are you?
I'm great. So,
it's a
how are
pleasure
you
to be here.
faring during this pandemic as a business owner?
Well, it's definitely a shift for all of us, going through this, pandemic, not only economic but personal and business-wise. But one of the things that helped us, at least when I started the company, was that from early on, I wanted to make sure that our architecture, interior, and graphic design company was as virtually as possible so that it allows us to be flexible in the way that we operate internally with our staff. So in a way, we felt that when COVID came, we were already had years of experience because we had set up the platform to do so. I think that setting up, one of the things that I saw early on is that the new generation likes to have flexibility on how they work and where they work and what time they work. So knowing that I set up a business to function that way. Sometimes we have people that work in the afternoon, so at nighttime, and it was good to have that flexibility, not only for me, but for my staff. And then I will say that the things that have changed is the way that we do business development, and that falls more in our upper management. And similar to what some of the speakers have said is that, you are more intentional about who you are connecting with. You have more than one-on-one relationship, and now you have to seek, instead of being in networking events where you can bump into people or dinners. This is more, you have to get out a little bit of your shell and really seek opportunities. And then the government, DC, has been really kind to, some of the grants and loans. We have been able to get the Paycheck Protection Program. We got that one. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan, we also received that, and the District of Columbia Micro Grant. So those, the local and also state, we pursued. But we didn't stop there. We also went after other grants that were provided by other national organizations. Hello Alice is a business all grant that is given to women. The Red Backpack Fund grant as well. Facebook had a small business grant. There was the LISC, Small Business Relief Grants provided by Verizon and Lowe's, and the POISE Small Business Grant. So these are grants that we apply for, are extremely competitive. We're still waiting to hear on some of those. And then we are pursuing also the Girl Boss Foundation, and then the Cartier Women's Initiative Grant. So we thought that, well, this doesn't have to stop just at the, with the government, but there are opportunities that we can find through other organizations that perhaps can help either women business or minorities, again, they're incredibly competitive, but it gave us the platform that it's not, you know, our circle is not just here, but it's national
Right.
and international.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So now we're going to go to Miss Ali from Ben's Chili Ball. Are you here? All right. Well, look, I guess when she comes on, we'll get her back. Patrick, are you ready?
I'm ready, Carl.
All righty. How you doing there, guy?
I'm still here, and I'm very grateful we're still here.
That's right. It looks like you're outside. I'm a
Yes,
little jealous.
it's beautiful.
So, Patrick, tell us about your pet care and you know, what creative approach did you use your PPP funds for? You know, because I know you got some. So, could you explain that and just explain what your business is?
Sure, absolutely. I think that we were tremendously privileged and lucky to get a PPP loan. When the month of March started, we were doing 300 daily dog walks a day. And by the end of March, we were doing 85. And I had a huge staff that I really care about because, you know, it's Patrick's Pet Care, but there's many more people to Patrick's Pet Care than just me. And it was very important to me that I find a way to keep their jobs, and not only keep their jobs, but perhaps give them the skills to do new jobs for the new normal. And we had a tuition benefit program, and I consulted with my attorney, who went very bravely out on a limb to give me an opinion that we could use the PPP funds for a tuition benefit program to send all of our former dog walkers to dog training school. Because we had all these customers who are now working from home, maintaining social distancing, doing the right thing, but they don't need their dog walked because they're home. But they do want their dogs to behave well while they're on their Zoom calls. So thankfully, thanks to the PPP loan, we took those funds and enrolled our former dog walkers in online dog training school. And we meet every week, and we're giving them new skills. And hopefully we're going to have a robust new program that keeps those people's jobs and provides the service that people need.
Wow, that was creative. That was something else. So you took the slowdown in business to, you know, workshop and roll out 2 new lines of business. Could you talk about that, your 2 new lines of business?
Sure. The first one's pretty easy. It's force-free, fear-free dog grooming. A lot of dogs actually have a lot of traumatic experiences when they go to groomers. And we took the knowledge that we learned from the dog training school and figured out how to apply it to dog grooming, so we could slowly introduce dogs to dog grooming in a way that was patient and compassionate and empathetic to their needs. The other is dog daycare 2.0, which is sort of an enrichment model. Most people think of dog daycare where you just sort of drop your dog off in a room and hope that he goes and makes friends. And dog daycare 2.0 is much more structured. It focuses on the emotional, mental, and physical needs that a dog needs to thrive. So it's sort of like dog Montessori school. And so far, our reception to both of those new services has been quite positive.
Wow, unbelievable, unbelievable. So we got like about 2 minutes left. So I want to give Christy a minute. You know, Christy, tell us, you know, how we can get in touch with you and, you know, utilize the services that you guys have at DSLBD.
So you can reach me online. You see our Twitter handle there at SmallBizDC. I'm at Whitfield Christie. My email is christy.whitfield@dc.gov. And, you know, I think that it doesn't really matter what you need. If we can do it, we will try and help you. If we can't do it, we will try to connect you with somebody that can. You know, I think the thing that I try to say to everybody, especially as we are navigating our lives now, is that there is a lot more that we don't know than we do know. And so what I do commit to is to trying to figure it out together. And so, reach out to us, dslbd.dc.gov. Check out our website. We have a Build Back Better series where we're talking to a lot of different business owners about the things that they're doing to try and pivot to, pivot, thrive, and survive during these times. And really just figure out how we get to the other side of this, whatever that means. We all want to be reassuring during these times. And sometimes for me, reassuring is just honesty. And so I wish I could say that I knew, but the truth is that I don't know. But what I do know is that we are a strong city under a strong, smart mayor who is figuring it out, and we will figure it all out together.
They're gonna send us to the break room in a second. I mean, to the main room in about 30 seconds. So I just want to say, I appreciate all of you that have been on this call. Antonio, Roderick, Christy, Peter, Patrick, Stacy, and Pialo. It's been a really good experience for all of us to learn about how you guys are pivoting and moving in another direction to survive and thrive in this pandemic. And know that Christy and I and Roderick and Antonio, we're here for you. Our services are free and we're here to help you. So reach out to any one of us. We all work together anyway.